Welcome back to my channel, guys. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Sibir Mwanda, and today we'll be cooking some salted fish. In my country we call that Makayabu. Makayabu is one of our delicacy back in the Congo. We eat that with pretty much everything. You can eat that with rice, you can eat that with fufu, you can eat that with plantain. And I'm going to show you how the Makayabu looks, the raw form and the one I soaked overnight. The reason why we need to soak our salted fish overnight, it is because it's way too salty. It's really salty, just like the name of the fish is. It's salted fish. So we soak that overnight so we can remove any excess of salt. So make sure to soak it overnight. It looks like this in a raw, dry form. A lot of salt, soak it overnight, drained in the morning, soak it again, and let it sit until you will be cooking. You need some eggplants. I'm using Chinese eggplants, but you can use any type of eggplant you would like. And we'll be using a bell pepper. I'm using the green one. You can use a yellow or red, but I prefer to use the green one. We'll also be using onions. I'm using white onions because they are sweet and I like it. We'll also be using some garlic, some green onion or spring onion. And for the dry ingredients, we have some black pepper, beef bouillon, and I do use the beef bouillon from Nor. I'm going to show you which one I'm using. It's this guy here. You can get it from any local grocery store, I'm pretty sure. Some bay leaves and habanero for heat. We'll be also using some vegetable oil. Well, you can use canola, but I'm using canola oil on this one. Okay, now let's go ahead and do our meal prep. First of all, I'm gonna start by chopping onions first. And you can chop your onions at any form you would like, just to make them a little bit. I like to chop them long so you can see them afterwards after cooking. And also I'm gonna chop my bell pepper long form. And I'm also gonna be cutting the eggplants. I will cut them very thinly because I want them to, the cooking time, if you cut them thinly, the cooking time will be divided in two. Even though eggplant is not that hard to cook, it takes about 3 minutes to cook it through. And me and this garlic press, guys, I'm in love with the garlic press. It makes everything so easy. Okay, there it is. We have our meal prep done. We have green bell pepper, we have onions, chopped onions, green onions, we have our eggplant chopped, and we also have some garlic. So let's get this party started. First of all, I'm gonna start by frying my makayabu. So makayabu, you don't really need to fry it really hard. We are just trying to get them to be golden brown because it's a fish that was soaked overnight in water. So before cooking it, we just need to make them golden brown, and then that will be it. So it's about cooking about 3 minutes on each side. I'll say 2 minutes. Total cooking or frying will be about four minutes. So 2 minutes on each side. And look at the golden brown I was talking about. That's what we want. We want them to be golden brown. We don't want to overcook them. Look at that. Oh, we are getting there. The same oil I used to fry the makayabu, I will use the same oil to cook them, to saute my vegetables. I'm not gonna change or waste that oil. I'm gonna start by frying or saute my onions first. We'll just saute them until we get them tender, a little tender and a little golden. You can see how they became all tender. Then we're gonna add our green bell pepper inside and then saute that as well. It's gonna take about 3 minutes just to get them tender. You want them to be al dente. And now I'm adding my bay leaves, because when you are frying them, you want the bay leaf smell to kind of like spread. So I added my bay leaves, I added my beef bouillon, and I'm adding some black pepper, and also I added the habanero just so you can have that heat. And at the end, I'm adding the garlic and our green onions. Just saute them about 2 more minutes. And when they're all tender, then you can go ahead and then add all of your fried makayabu. Pan-seared makayabu. They are really not fried, they're just pan-seared. Make sure you part them well. Make sure to put the vegetable on the top. Mix it well and spread it on your pot. Cover that to cook about 2 minutes. So 2 minutes later, here we come. We're gonna open up our pot. We're gonna stir that, and oh, you can see it's getting juicy. My mouth is watery. Just mix it well. Make sure all the vegetables are tender. You can see the vegetable went from al dente to tender right after I put them in the I mix them with makayabu and a half cup of water. and I'm gonna add the remaining of the spring onions. So the reason why I like to do that, because I like the spring onion to stay a little bit crunchy, a little bit al dente towards the end. Guys, look at this piece with all the green onions. You can see the habanero, you can see the bell pepper, you can see the onions. Oh, I can't wait to taste this. It's so delicious. I think my Makayabu is ready. I'm gonna remove it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and then cook the next thing. The next thing we will be cooking will be the eggplant. We call that sauce blanche, so white sauce. The reason why we call that white sauce, because there is no tomatoes. I'm gonna start by frying my onions. And yes, I will need water towards the end, but for now, fry the onions until they will be all tender, and then I'm gonna add all the eggplant inside, and I'm gonna just start mixing, and I'm just mix it well, let it cook in its own juice first, and a little bit of the oil that was in there, let it cook. And then I'm gonna add the remaining black pepper I used earlier, and I'm gonna also add some beef bouillon. And there you go. So now we're gonna be adding about half cup of water into that mixture, and we are going to let it cook. Cover that, make sure to cover that so you can speed up the cooking process. I'm adding the remaining of the garlic. Now plating time. So we're gonna start by first serving the Makayabu. My mouth is so watery, I can't wait to try this. And then a little bit of sauce blanche, which is the eggplant sauce I just made. And sorry guys, my camera was shaking so hard because I was doing it all once. And there you go, you have your food. You can eat that with fufu, you can eat that with kemba, you can eat that with kwanga. And also the next video I'm gonna make sure to show you how to cook fufu Congolese way, so you can enjoy that with all of my previous recipe as well. And please guys, remember to subscribe to my channel. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And you can follow me on Facebook, and I am also on Instagram. Please, let's stay connected, and if you have any suggestion or any idea, please let me know.